philosophical meaning can be applied to anything. There is a video which is very funny called Colin's bear animation, and I swear this is the most funniest video I ever seen. But after watching it again and again, I've realized that the video hides a very important meaning about human life and its existence in this world, seen by God or ruled by human vision. I'm gonna put the video for you to see it first, then I'm gonna explain the deeper meaning to you. In the beginning, there is void, an abundance of it, and then the bear shows up walking respectfully into the frame. Just as human life starts at void, we show up as an idea of the void that will take place. We walk in the face of the void as an idea. This is just a start of life. The bear represents the human soul. During the 7 days of creation, where life was created in the Bible says, "The earth was without form and void, and the darkness was on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters." Just as nothingness rules everything before our existence, the human soul exists before, but doesn't remember itself. Can you remember what existed before your birth in this world? Can you comprehend the face of death? Can you understand what will happen after your death? But before your birth, you existed as an idea into the minds of your parents and the ones that loved you, or will grow to love you. But then, the bear starts to dance. As our existence starts, the human soul, unable to understand, dances. As we are born into the darkness, as we show up in this life, walking into the void, we start our lives dancing, unable to understand what is happening around us. The human mind can't focus in what it can understand, because there isn't a lot of time left. The healthy human mind can't waste its precious time on its earth by standing still and just thinking. It chooses to live. While walking into the void represents the beginning of the human soul before its birth, the dancing represents the start of our lives when we are infants. The void stays throughout the course of our baby lives. Because really, can you remember any memories when you were a baby? Cause I can. You gotta tell me how you did it, boy. Although the dancing continues for a big part of the frame, the background is more important as we move to the age of human childhood. Here, the background has human-like figures who are blurred by memory, because even though we grow up from infants to children, our awareness of consciousness begins, but it is not fully developed, and so our memories are nothing less of a conscious dream, a blurred mass. People who are not fully there, like a painting of shadows. People who existed but didn't in our young, still developing minds. And yet, the dancing continues. The next frame moves to a background that we can understand and that is comprehensible by the human eye. But everything changes in a way. Even the dancing, the background, although is a love letter from the artist Colin to the video game Earthbound, it also signifies that the bear moves to the next stage of human life, adulthood. Even though the background seems childish, the Earthbound video game follows an important message. Human connections are important in a human's life, perhaps the most vital thing. Family, friendships, relationships are more important than any currency in the world, because without them, our identity through this world is non-existent. The human life aches for belonging in a group, no matter what kind. Some people are willing to forget their values in order to feel accepted. And as through our lives take place in adulthood as we grow up, in the third stage in life, this realization hits more than any other. Once we understand that human connections are more important than money, career, and fame, we see the value of our lives in front of us. But the dancing of the bear is different than before. Here the bear is waving itself in the frame, trying to get all the attention, which is interesting. It's like the human soul, aka the bear, is trying to prove itself of its existence. The bear seems desperate to show that it's alive, like we all do in our lives. What is our lives but a desperate attempt to show our existence in this life? We all do something to prove that we existed in our era. We all want to be remembered by someone, no matter by who or what exactly. Some of us have families, so our children and our grandchildren will remember of our existence. Some of us become artists, so our art can shine through generations And some of us become scientists, so our discoveries will help the world in our name, especially in our current era where our main goal is to prove how much we are living in our social media profiles. It seems that our desperation surpasses our lust for life. But then, death comes to all, and our soul dances through eternity into the universe. In whatever we believe or don't believe in, no matter what, our memory will live on, no matter how grand or small. We belong in eternity, where we exist as we lived our past lives, dancing uncontrollably. The credits of the creator roll, as our blueprints will show into the minds of the ones that lost us. From family members to just some strangers, we existed. Thanks for nothing. Colin is an intellectual prophet. Hope he found a job in gaming development or animation. I know it's hard to find a job in computer science. I wish him the best. Love ya. See ya.